Good morning and welcome back to Dig Deeper Ministry. Today's The Daily Dig is actually from the book of Revelation. Now, the book of Revelation can often be an intimidating book to read and sometimes hard to follow. There's lots of changes as far as time frames. You have some things that are current events, and then you have things that are prophetic of events that will happen in the future. And anytime we can glean anything from the scripture that'll help us to maybe get some more context or a little bit more of an edge to understand, it's important that we take advantage of that, especially with a book like Revelation. So, and why should we even worry about this? Well, it's important because it says here, blessed is he who reads and those who hear the words of the prophecy and heed the things which are written in it, for the time is near. So we are to read it and hear the words, and we are to heed or follow the things which are written in it. So it is important for us to understand what's going on here in the book of Revelation. So what I wanted to share with you today is actually in chapter 1, and it's something that I've used for a while, and it's actually a key or an outline of the entire book. It breaks it into two sections, and you can kind of get a grasp of the time frame of where you're at in the book. So this is Revelation 1, verse 19, and it's all right here in this one verse. Here we have Jesus saying, "Therefore, write the things which you have seen, and the things which are, and the things which will take place after these things." So we have three different time frames. Right? The things which you have seen. So we're looking at things in the past. And this is actually referring to the vision that John just had in chapter 1. Right? The things which you have seen. Over here, we see that John, while on the island of Patmos, had a vision of Jesus, giving him this message. So that is, therefore, write the things which you have seen. This is the vision of chapter 1. So we know that's what you have seen, okay? And then, so that's past. He's already seen this. And the things which are. So that are things which are currently in existence or currently happening. And we know chapters 2 and 3, these are letters to the 7 churches in Asia. You can see chapter 2 beginning with a message to Ephesus. And then we have a message to Smyrna. These are all literal physical churches. These are groups of people in these cities. And there's 7 of them. And that makes up the context of chapters 2 and 3. So these letters to the 7 churches, which at the time that John wrote Revelation, they were literally there. They were physical, literal churches. Okay, so those are the things which are the letters to the 7 churches, chapters 2 and 3. Now, the third time frame, it says, and the things which will take place after these things. So these texts occur after the things which are. So after the letters to the 7 churches, after chapters 2 and 3. Okay? Now, these are revelation of the future. These are the prophetic chapters in the book of Revelation. The revelation of the future. And it picks up right after the letters to the 7 churches. So chapter 1 was the vision, which is the thing you have seen. The letters to the 7 churches, chapters 2 and 3, are the things which are. And then going beyond that, the things which will take place after these things is a revelation of its future events. It's future. Chapters 4 to all the way to the end. Chapter 4 to 22 is a future time frame. So this verse 19, it gives us a pretty good key to where you're at as far as time frame wise in the book of Revelation. Now, obviously there's still a lot to dig into in the book of Revelation. There's so much prophecy and symbolic texts, and there's a lot there. But like I said, anytime you can find something like this key to help you along the way, you need to take advantage of that as much as you can. Now, how do we know when exactly the things which will take place after these things begins? Well, like I said, chapters 2 and 3 are letters to the churches. And if you go, see, we continue in 3 with message to Sardis. These are churches, Philadelphia, and finally to Laodicea, the last of the 7 churches. And then we go to chapter 4. It says, after these things I looked, and behold, a door standing open in heaven. And the first voice, which I had heard like the sound of a trumpet speaking with me, said, come up here. And it says, immediately I was in the Spirit, and behold, a throne was standing in heaven. So this voice from heaven with the door standing open says, come up here. So John in the Spirit goes to heaven. And then we read, and I will show you what must take place after these things. Remember, that was the third part of our key in chapter 1, verse 19, the things which must take place after. So this chapter 4 all the way to 22 is these things which take place after. This is future things. So just looking back at the key for a moment, it makes sense. And the things which will take place after these things. So chapter 1 is the things which you have seen. Chapters 2 and 3, the things which are the 7 churches. And chapters 4 to 22, these are revelation of the future, the things which will take place after these things. So maybe this will help some of you a little bit. You know, like I said, the book of Revelation is a very deep book. It is a phenomenal book of prophecy, and it is challenging, but we go right back to this. Blessed is he who reads and those who hear the words of the prophecy and heed, that means to follow, the things which are written in it, for the time is near. So it's important to dig in and do your best to understand, and taking advantage of verse 19 as a type of key or an outline can help a little bit. So maybe that'll be some help to some of you. So that was the daily dig for today. I hope you guys all have a great day, and God bless.